What's going on, y'all? Got another beat to chop up today. This one kind of threw me for a loop. Like, there's a lot that is super fire in this sample, but it kind of took me forever to find something that would work as a beat. I knew I wanted to use these strings for sure. But there's a lot of key changes in here. And nothing was really fitting. You'll see here in a minute. Like, even between those two chops, like, it doesn't even sound like it's from the same sample when you don't hear it with context. So right here, like, I'm trying to figure out something that might work as a beginning pattern, but just nothing is matching up. So what I end up having to do, like, once I get everything chopped up onto the majority of the pads, is I go through and I pitch everything down a semitone. Well, not everything, but just the things that seem too sharp. So there's a whole bunch of different pitches within these chops. So technically, like, the tempos don't match, but as long as everything is in the same key, I can work with it. The sample itself might be in the same key signature throughout. I'm just not familiar enough with music theory to really know that definitively. I'm just a measly old sample chopper. Sample chopper. So here I'm going through and I'm doing the pitching, and now everything sounds like it's supposed to be there together. Now on to the drums. Kept them pretty simple. No reason to make those super complicated, you know. I did put that little flam. Is that what it's called? Just that little snare roll in there. For whatever reason, Machine calls that a flam. I've never heard that before except for in that software, but and also sounded pretty cool. Like I said, real basic. Now going through and just trying to find something that makes sense. Those vocal chops, they will definitely come in handy later on. This ooh part, it wasn't really fitting the way I wanted it to, so I went through and time stretched it out like it was going into that other section of like the samples verse, and I didn't want that in there because it just sounded I don't know, a little too sloppy. So I just went in there and time stretched it out so it could be used as filler. I was trying to use it as like a main part of it, but it just wasn't matching up, so was able to use it on the back end. If I ever get to the point where I figure out what this pattern is supposed to be. Like I said, man, this one threw me for a loop. You can tell by my body language I wasn't having a great time with this beat. In all honesty, I was really thinking about just giving up on this sample and moving on to another one, but you know, eventually after a good 15 minutes or so, just smashing buttons, came out with something pretty cool. I really like that vocal sample. And that sounded really dope, I think. Of course, the challenge will also be to make another pattern that sounds coherent with this one. But it sounded pretty cool for right now. Going through and making some minor tweaks. I mean, pitching ever so slightly down just to get the tempo to match a little bit better. I prefer to change the pitch rather than the tempo itself. I think it sounds stupid, but I think the tempo and swing of a beat is more important than what the key is. Also going through and making this attack hold delay mode on all the samples, and really turn up the attack on them so they just don't hit that aggressively on the first measure of each chop. So now going through and trying to find something else that'll fit with it. I know I want to use these strings. Thankfully, I didn't have to spend as long on this section as I did the first. It all was coming together pretty quickly. I mean, you just had to fill in the little details. You know what I mean? Just kind of micro chopping this down a little farther so I could make it a little bit more precise. You'll see what I do with that here in a second. course I'll mess it up. I mess it up again. Mess it up one more time for good measure. Fourth time's a charm. I got the back half of the loop wrong, but that's easy enough to fix. So actually what I ended up doing was just undoing those last two instances, and once the loop came back around, I fixed it, you know. But yeah, just a lot of issues all the way around today working on this joint. It's really convenient when you mess up the back end of a loop, because you can go back in and fix it way easier than like if you mess up the front. If you mess up in the front or the middle, you pretty well have to clear the whole pattern and redo it. And I always forget, like when I'm playing with the chops, like with the drums and not recording anything, I always constantly forget what I just played. I don't know if that's an issue with my brain or not, but it can be rather annoying. And I think this is pretty well knocked out, just going through and adding some little details, the same details that I normally do, you know, sidechain and Somatics origin, just to like dirty it up a little bit. You're chewing on that. Hey! Had to yell at my dog for chewing on something. But after all that work, it sounds like it's an actual piece of music, I think. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about this beat in the comments below. If you feel like doing that. If you've made it this far in the video, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, I'll be here making beats and stuff. I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.